This is a brick, but this is a brick. You might be thinking that this is a brick. Someone keeps on writing, Jesus Christ. Oh, someone keeps on writing to me, trying to make a video. We live in an era where people are doom scrolling. Most of the series and movies are now designing their series and movies in a way that you can be able to scroll on your phone while listening to the movie or the series. That's pretty scary. And a lot of people say, I would like to get off social media. I would like to go cold turkey. I would like to switch off my phone and just focus on what I need to do. And there were two students who had a similar situation where they thought to themselves, we need to study and we need to turn our phone off, but we don't want to turn it off in a way that we cannot receive calls or messages. We just need to turn some of the applications off and the notifications so that we can study for 3 hours, and then after 3 hours we can turn it back and go on social media. Quite an interesting device. They say it's a 3D printed case, magnet at the back. There is more to it. It has an NFC chip, so it's a near frequency chip. And then this is under the RFID chip, the radio frequency chip. So it's similar to the tags that you have. Also, the way you tap your phone, they communicate with the device and you can be able to pay with it. You have cards like this, the Suica card, that you just tap it and then it deducts the money and you can load money. It's the same application. So what you do is you can be able to put in the code or tell it what to do or how to respond. Maybe open the door. When it's tapped, the door opens. When it's tapped, the door closes. So the same with this, with its NFC chip inside. You just tap it at the back of your phone, the same way you pay for goods and coffee and all these other things. And then you can be able to go to the app and then you say, break it. Whatever apps you don't want to use at the time, for example, Instagram, Facebook, or you just tap it and go. And then if you leave the house, for example, you cannot unbreak it until you physically come to the thing and press unbreak, right? And then you can be able to unbreak whatever you've put inside. So it's quite an interesting device to use, and especially if you feel like social media is getting to you, and especially now with all these political turmoils and everything that's happening, you can be able to log off a little bit and have some time to focus on what you're supposed to do. So for me, the interesting part about the brick has been, first of all, experimenting with it. So I was able to, because I don't have Instagram and X, I was able to switch off Reddit and YouTube just to test it out. And it works perfectly because you have to physically stand up, open the app, go to where the device is, whether you have it on your fridge or I have it just on my way out of the office. Then I can be able to tap when I'm coming in to work. Then it's perfect. I just tap it. But also it depends. It's more of a psychological, conscious decision that you're making. It's less about what you're doing physically, because you can also untap it within the minute that you've put it. But the conscious decision of tapping it changes everything. I think that's where it gets you. Like, that's where the discipline sets in, because you're making that move rather than just doing it unconsciously. Don't go breaking your payment methods and all these other things that you need, Uber and the rest of the other apps that you need. You need to break whatever you think is taking your time. If you have a PC or you have bricked your phone, it's easy for you to take the other phone and scroll and browse if all your phones are connected to the same applications, or let's say Instagram or X. If you are using X on desktop, then it's easy for you to just go on desktop. So it's more of like a principle thing rather than a thing that will just block everything. It's just a situational awareness of what you're doing. If you're eating dinner with your family, everyone can tap it. You can connect all the other family members and they tap it, and then you eat your dinner without people touching their phone. I found the most useful case scenario for the brick, and that's why I wrote it on the title, for the parents. Or even my son now is 9, he goes for football practice. He has a phone because you need to call him, or when he's going wherever he's going to, you just give him the phone. I can easily track him. And you need him to have a way of calling you or messaging you. But also the phone comes with other applications. So with the brick, you can be able to switch off all these other applications. So automatic that you just say, hey, pass the phone, you tap it, you break whatever apps you don't want him to go. Let's say you don't want him to go online on Google, you don't want him talking to AI, you don't want him doing all these other things. Then you can be able to switch all those off, including social media, if he has, or if they have. My son doesn't have social media, but if he has, then you can be able to break all those, and you can give him a phone that just has a way of calling and sending a message, and then that's it. That's the best case scenario that I found useful for this, because as us grown-ups, we have our addictions. People tend to scroll the phone and you're used to it so much, and you buy something like this, yes, you're going to be disciplined for a bit, and then you start finding ways to cheat the system. Or you can just go cold turkey and delete all your apps. I've tried that, but I'm very extreme when it comes to things like that. I can delete and just move on. There are a lot of people who don't have that type of extremeness, which is not healthy. You need to find a healthy balance, a bit of work, what you're doing, focusing on what you're doing. Then you can be able to go and just relax and browse social media, interact with people. If you have a healthy balance, then it works perfectly. So if you want, you can check it out. I have a code for it. You can go get a 10% discount, but it's not necessarily selling the product. It's more about finding a good product and, like, oh, I need to share this. This is perfect. So if you're a parent and you're wondering how to control your teenager's phone, if they're so much on social media and you need them to study, you need them to do the work, you don't have to take the phone away. You leave the phone with them, then you break it. Then it has a timer, so you can be able to know how long you break it for. So for example, after 3 hours, your child can come, bring the phone to you, you unbreak it for them, and they can use whatever you choose for them to use. So break it. Take a little bit of my heart and break it. Break it. Take a little bit of my heart, no baby. Break it. I'm out.